Once, human developers designed different server types to cater to players who prefer either PvP or PvE gameplay. It's important to note that data cannot be transferred between servers. This means if you want to join friends on a different server, you'll need to create a new character and start fresh. However, your original account data will remain intact on the initial server, allowing you to return to it anytime. To manage server congestion, each server is divided into multiple worlds. Players can switch between worlds within the same server freely. Your gear and inventory items will move with you, but any buildings you've constructed will stay in the world where they were built. You can use the Move Territory function to relocate your buildings to a new world, making it easier to join friends or form new warbands. Some areas on the map are contestable, featuring medium-sized strongholds and resource points that players can occupy. These areas are not divided into different worlds, so all players on a server can interact within these zones. Contestable areas are high risk, as players must engage in PvP combat to claim resources. A chaos state can be entered passively through certain in-game actions or actively by holding down the P key. Players in a chaos state, known as chaos players, can attack others and their buildings but are also vulnerable to attacks. The rules vary depending on the server type. When in a chaos state, players have an additional stat called chaos. The amount of chaos gained depends on how the state was entered. Chaos players can increase their chaos by performing hostile actions and will remain in this state until their chaos level drops to 0. Players in a chaos state cannot team up with non-chaos players. If a team member enters a chaos state, they will be removed from the team. Teams of chaos players will remain in this state until disbanded. Players below level 10 enjoy a novice protection period, during which they cannot enter a chaos state and are immune to damage from chaos players. There are notable differences between PvP and PvE servers. We encourage players to try PvP servers for a complete gameplay experience. However, if you prefer exploration and dungeon elements without PvP combat, a PvE server might be better suited for you. In PvP servers, Chaos players can attack any player level 10 or above at any time, regardless of their Chaos state. In PvE servers, Chaos players can only attack other Chaos players and their buildings, while non-Chaos players are immune to PvP damage. Your buildings are only vulnerable to attack from Chaos players during the territory purification process, and your turrets or other attack units will only engage Chaos players during this time. The elusive Ancient Ones, remnants of life consumed by rift space, wander freely across the game's main map. Their physical forms are highly unstable, and occasionally, fragments of their bodies break off and fall to the ground. These fragments are known as Echo Stones. Each Echo Stone retains traces of the Ancient One it once belonged to. When you approach an Echo Stone, you'll hear eerie whispers or wails. These sounds can cause irreversible damage to a normal human mind. However, as a meta-human, you can withstand this mental assault and secure the Echo Stone inside your cradle. Once you bring it back to your territory, you can process the Echo Stone to remove the dangerous traces of the Ancient One and extract the highly valuable items contained within. That's it for the guide. Make sure to give thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.